Hi, Kerry.
Hello.
You're right.
Yeah.
Wow, what can I say? So we know that in safeguarding anyway, we talk about good touch, bad touch. We talk about, private parts. We talk
Yeah.
about consent, etc. We did this before the RSHE came out. We did it generally in safeguarding and what we did from campaigns. But we now know, obviously, everyone's invited, returning from Easter break and almost schools being uncertain about, so I've seen an inconsistent approach from being proactive, regardless of hearing things, to minimizing shutting down. So I think we should talk about this. I think we need to, because we know, and my comment at the start was, come on, people, we kind of know we've had this. This first came out in December 17. Now it's May 18. We know that KICSI 2021 is going to extend part 5.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I know, but I know. So remember that, okay? And because of that, there's going to be more of a requirement for you in the setting, whether you're primary, even early years.
Yeah.
And I'm making that point. Early years, children who've experienced or subject harmful behaviours or harmful sexual behaviours, doing that in a way. And I've heard 2 today, actually, quite interesting. And some of them, in telling them, they told me, obviously I'm independent and I hear it without any emotion because it's an action and behaviour.
Yeah.
It's interesting how the setting shut it down and minimised it and justified it. And I said, no. Did you ring MASH? No. You need to ring MASH? They're only 4. You need to ring MASH. Why? And I explained it and they kind of got it. But again, I'm doing this kind of expert witness situation where in court they go back to the legal framework of what Keeping Children Safe says. And it does say that the DSL has to report all, suspicions of child abuse to children's social care.
Yeah. Right. I don't think that people pick up on that. I think that is something that is not stressed enough. And I think that it's one of those clear messages. If they don't listen to anything else we say, that is a really important message.
Please, because again, that one time you don't, what you've forgotten, you actually breached your own policy. You haven't shared information. So I want to share this. This is an amazing book. I'm a book reviewer for quite a few people, and I read this in one of the ones that I do. But why I like this one, it goes across all age groups. I think it's useful for primary, secondary, even early years, to be honest, because it's all cute little things. It's from the woman who did Teacup Consent, but she's now got a book on it. It's only about £8 Amazon, okay, or wherever you buy it from. But I do like it, and I really want to get this across because I think it's really important that we have a conversation. I've done a few audits since everyone's invited, talking to young people about harmful behaviours and the language we're using. I didn't use child abuse or sexual assault. That's an adult thing. I've just said people who who might be, doing things you don't want or harming you, instructing you to do things or just being horrible to you. And I actually blend it with emotionally, physically, or neglect, or even maybe sexual in a way. So they kind of get it. But what we have to emphasize is including people because sometimes they think it's that person over there
danger,
rather than and I think it's really, really important. And I came across a really good resource this week, which has escaped my head because I can't remember what the name was. But it was really good because it just highlighted, there's a really good resource. I shared it on Twitter. I'll see if I can quickly remind myself what it was called, but there's a really good charity who's doing lots of work in teaching children, not only about stranger danger, but also reminding them about what else to do.
Right.
Can't find
Maybe
it.
You can tag it in the bottom of the...
Yeah, we'll tag it into the bottom bar thing. But
it
was really good. Something Never Goes, it was called. I can't remember, but I will tag it in. But it was a really good resource they've got downloadable resources for schools. Right. They've got things for parents. They've got things for children. You can do assemblies on it. But what they do is create curiosity for the individual rather than the ownership being on telling someone. You know what I mean? It's how you navigate yourself away from it and understand good and bad. But it's a very good resource. So we have to be mindful of boys talking out, girls talking out, the whole thing there about understanding the barriers and blockages for some people, religious families, boys questioning sexuality, all those things that are irrelevant. It's about child harm.
We had a really good resource. I will tag it into the bottom, and it was more for 17-year-olds. But it was showing a whole court case for sexual harassment and where they were sent away from work. They were basically fired and it was the whole court case, but it was 8 people watching, 9 people watching, and their viewpoints. So you heard boys' viewpoints and girls' viewpoints about, well, it's her fault. No, it wasn't her fault.
I think I've seen it was on iPlayer. It was on iPlayer or something. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it's quite
really good. And we showed that to our sixth formers today, and it was very interesting to hear the difference, especially with our lower sixth and our upper sixth, how they perceived it. And they were talking about it quite a lot. But what was also quite interesting is a lot of students weren't even willing to watch it because they were concerned that it was going to trigger them. And whenever you talk about some subjects, they get really emotional about it. They can't even watch it. They can't even debate it. And that's what I get a bit nervous about, is the ones that would be useful to listen to it start to switch off because already they think, oh my God, I can't watch this is going to trigger a bad memory. And we've got to kind of keep going with those students.
Yeah, and also remind them they've got rights and empowerment to actually, because sometimes they think, if I tell you the police are going to get involved, I've got to go to court. And I think it's just talking them through the whole thing about, we can support you because it's going to impact on your well-being going forward. And we need to be aware that, you know, we need to support you as an adult. Our duty of care is to you. We've got 2 seconds left, Kerry.
Go, okay. What was the thing you said right at the beginning that's really important? That important. It was about the legal duty, what people have to do at an age.
That's right. So it was the children's social care. We spoke about a lot of things there, so just saying that. It was about the legal framework, being and keeping children safe. It was about the top bit of keeping children safe, Annex B, the role of the DSL. It says that the DSL has to inform children's social care of any suspicions of child abuse. So whether it's a 3-year-old to an 18-year-old, we still have a duty of care. I know 18 is an adult, but young adult, one could argue, just borderline. And some local authorities do up to 25 because of the whole, EHCP stuff and other things going on. So, and also children in the care system. So just be aware, colleagues, that we have got that duty of care, our legal framework, but also our duty as individuals to remember, we don't investigate, we just refer. I say just as in our process is referring. We don't ask questions. We don't want to see nothing. Refer. So that's my final line. Okay.
Thank you. All right then. Bye.
No problem. Bye-bye.